of life and to console each other.
Hello. I am sorry, but I must interrupt this show.
Later, you know what it is. Hey, Ham Solo. It's time, baby. Low. It's time how we do. Hey.
They said we said we hit. They said we said we on. They said we said we strong. They said we said we go. We say that you heard right. 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 They said we said we in. They said we said we on. They said we said strong. They said we said go. We say that you heard right. We say that you heard right. We say that you heard right. We say that you
Man, I swear that it's imminent. I've been going so hard on my penmanship. About to go in and buy me a whip. And I pull that shit fresh off the dealership. I can leave you on red like an Xbox. Got me laughing at you like you red fox. Got you chasing Hot Wheels like a matchbox. EA running the game and it don't stop. Super cold like I'm playing for Blizzard. Got you all in my sights like Red Dead Redemption. Never gonna slip on my pimpin'. Better get out my way, bitch, I'm on a mission. Really ain't no competition. I'm steady grilling opposition. I'm get up and ready to win. They can play it how they play, but fuck what you say. I'm getting this money today.
Last of us like a dying breed. Down the ride like a noble steed. Fatality moves, I make it bleed. That's on any game, that's on any screen. Shut up and give me your money. They said we so lit. Even if I take an L, we coming back just to show that we don't quit. They said we said we hit. They said we said we on. They said we said we strong. They said we said go.
Greetings and salutations, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the latest installment of BullSittin on TSWS Gaming. This week, we've got Xbox winning yet another showcase championship. PlayStation is going third party again because they've been putting games on PC. But let's pretend this is the first time. Let's do this, right? This is the first time it's happening. And also, Chainsaw Lollipop got some trailers out, so the extremists are going to be coming out the woodwork because she's too sexy or she's not sexy enough. Who knows? I'm your host, Loke7, and joining me today is the lovely Nintendo goddess, Cozy Beluga, Mr. Behind Them Sticks, Ham Solo, the man that likes games more than anyone alive, Mr. Matt Likes Games, our tech specialist with over 2 decades in IT, Mr. Mental Night Owl, and our special guest. It's up and down every week because it just depends on how much money
Depends
he
what
sends
day,
to his Nigerian prince. All right, it depends how much he sends to the Nigerian prince over here. Also, our special guest, Mr. Hargeet Chani, author extraordinaire, has a book out. We're going to be plugging the shit out of it. If you don't like reading, it's time to click off.
Yeah, you illiterates.
Before we partake in this week's session of digital savagery, tell me, Cozy.
Absolutely. I've had a good week.
Yeah, and what happened in this good week, Cozy? Can't tell.
I just enjoyed my week.
Is the engagement still on?
What are you talking about?
Okay. We're leaving that off the table. All right. Hargeet, welcome in. Welcome.
Yeah, so I'll be more descriptive about what happened this week. We went down to LA for the fun festivities, and we were there for Summer Game Fest last week, going into IGN Live. And then going into the awesome Xbox showcase. And then I also was at a Giant Bomb at Night, which is hosted by Jeff Grubb. So we had a fun time out there. A lot of us also apparently got sick, but that's okay. It is what it is. It was still way worth it. But yeah, but man, was it a fun time. That showcase was awesome. And I enjoyed the Summer Game Fest. Unfortunately, most people did not. Fair enough, but I loved it. And then, I certainly was just blown away with what Xbox had to show. It's about time we got all the updates and all the games that we already knew were coming, a couple of surprises. And it was a fun time. And I got to meet up with a whole bunch of the community. It was great.
Awesome. Let me say hi to the chat real quick. Matthew Ham, welcome in. Ray Chi, let's do it. Gogo Po and the legendary Yobi says, and here I thought Lo couldn't grow hair, head full of hair. Bitch, he's a pimp. I just didn't bring my hat. Also, Yobi, it's because it's cold in Mozambique right now. We're in our version of winter. It's not that cold for you guys, but for us, it's really cold. So cutting your hair, it doesn't help, with the cold. But as soon as the heat's back, I'm shaving it all off. I don't care. I don't even care.
It's pretty cold in Texas, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Look that up real quick.
We know you're not really.
Stop it, Matt.
You're faking the
brunt.
It's not funny anymore.
It's not. You're in a heat wave. It's 94 degrees down there. What are you talking about?
Hargeet, I know you've been on here before, but I just want to reiterate, I am in Mozambique. You're aware of this, yes? Please confirm, Hargeet. Hargeet, unmute yourself and confirm that you're aware that I'm in Mozambique.
You don't got to do that.
Matt,
I am, but I think my headset's cut out, so I'm probably gonna have feedback here. So yes, I know you're in Africa, right?
You know what? You got the content.
That's what he says.
Allegedly.
Close enough. All right. Close enough.
He's screwed up though. He sent me this pic of his backyard, and
yeah,
damn it.
I don't think that's Mozambique.
Go to me last, Luke.
I don't think it is.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I did what again?
Why is there a question mark as to where you live?
There's no question.
Dude, no one believes me. I keep saying I'm in Mozambique.
He lives in Texas.
Cowboys, howdy ho, Texas. Ain't nothing better than Texas.
He sells
Well, it's because we export all of our freaking culture to the rest of the world. That's unfortunately the way it is. Okay, I've traveled the world, and
Texas,
surprisingly enough, like their news, it's about us. Why? Because we affect them, and like our culture is exported everywhere.
This guy,
Hollywood is everywhere. It just is what it is.
Also, because it's Texas.
Huggy, you need to come on here more often. All right, you're welcome on TSW on BullSittin every single week. We need someone with some pushback, with some logic.
No, don't listen to this. Don't listen. He's a Texas fraud.
He's a Texas.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Apparently, I've been practicing this accent, Huggy.
His real name is Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Denzel Dimmadome. Don't let him fool you.
Fucking Doug.
Oh my God. Sir X-Man, welcome in. Jax82, welcome in. All right, we need to get this show on the road, people. We need to start. All right. Ham, what you been playing this past week?
I've been playing an obscene amount of Starfield every night.
Oh, shut up, you fake nights. Starfield lover.
Oh man, I've been loving it. They added new content to it. There's more to do.
I'm thinking about muting you on Twitter.
You know what? That's fine.
That's all you have. Just post Starfield all the time.
Get your bitch ass out of there,
bro. All right, Matt, what you been playing this past week?
You're gonna love it, bud. You're really gonna love it. You really want to know?
I thought we were forbidden from talking about it.
I have been playing Starfield, bud. How'd you know?
Fucking Starfield. All right, we're skipping Matt. Mental, what you been playing this past week?
I've been playing. Actually, I want to change my answer to the best console from way back when. When my first time on this show, I said it was the Sega Genesis. I'm gonna change that to the Xbox 360. I've been playing BioShock on my 360, the OG version, and man, what a console! I gotta say, very impressive how good that game still looks.
I'm a nerd and I only play retro.
Shut up, cozy.
Okay, I'll calm down.
Yeah, 360.
Oh yeah, that's a beast, man. You think of what the specs are in that thing. It's impressive that games looked that good back then. Like BioShock, it still holds up pretty well. Still holds up pretty well in 2024. That OG version.
And the Kinect.
All right. Welcome.
Oh yeah, I gotta hook my Kinect up. play some
Sir
Disney.
X-Man, thank you so much for the super chat. Says Hargeet likes showing ponies hot dogs. Four laughing emojis. What's that about? So, Hargeet, you need to explain this before we move on with the show. What's going on here? What's the law behind this?
So on Night Shift, which is the podcast I'll be on next, we jokingly put on a video that does this, and I will just shut down my video feed.
Oh my.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my.
Yeah. Now we'll go back to.
You can take it off. It's fine. You can take it off now. Jeez.
Seen
a bit much. Like 6 or 7. I counted. It's a lot of hot dogs. Cozy, you said you had a good week, but you didn't tell us what you've been playing.
Starfield.
Let's go.
Great. Life Supremacy. Welcome in. Hope you have a good one. All right. Wow. I've been in a gaming lull. I tried Dragon's Dogma 2. I found it boring.
Let's next. Let's go. Next.
I also tried.
I mean, come on.
I also tried that Ronin. What is it? The Ronin thing? Something Ronin.
Rise of the Ronin?
The PlayStation exclusive.
You buy Rise of Ronin?
Yeah, Rise of boring.
Game number 5,000.
He said
boring as well.
Jeez Louise. Everybody catching strays today.
Man, everything's boring to you, buddy.
I went back to the Surge. And I'm having a good time.
Well,
the
God
Surge
bless.
is good.
At least you're having a good time.
The first one or the second one?
The first one. I'm playing the first one.
I think so. You're kind of going retro too, in a way. Maybe not as retro.
Man, not as retro, but yeah, it is a pretty like old-ish game. The blocking mechanic, for some reason, I didn't get it when it first came out. Now it kind of clicked. I think Dark Souls 3 did it for me.
So the Surge is really good. It's a solid game.
Yeah, and I have like game the one with all the DLCs or whatever.
Look at me, I got all the
Cozy, Infinite Umbra. You should yell more. Your volume is too low.
Oh, I'm sorry. I do that. You know I do that. Everyone knows I do that.
Some more. All right, so let's. Before we start, because only me and Ham kind of had our say on the whole Xbox showcase. What the fuck? Before we start, all right, there we go. Xbox showcase. Hargeet, you kind of touched on it a bit. We're going to try and be a little brief, but if you feel it's necessary to stretch it out a bit, we'll allow it. Hargeet, what was your grade, and what was your high point and your low point of the Xbox showcase?
I graded the 10 out of 10. I don't know what they could have done too much better than what they did. It was fantastic. My low point was, and it's only because I wasn't as interested, was the Dev Direct for COD, because it mostly did some of the multiplayer stuff, and okay, that's cool. The campaign, they kind of went over. That part was good. When it got into the multiplayer stuff, I just generally don't play that. So that's kind of the low point for me. But the zombie stuff still looks kind of cool. And the campaign looks like it's going to be fun. So I will play that. But that would be the low point for me. Otherwise, I liked almost everything I saw. So
the high point?
What was that? My high point, it has to be Gears. Like that trailer just was... It was the best ending to that like showcase. It was so good. So yeah, it has to be the Gears of War. There's so many good things in that showcase. It's tough to say that, but you just have to give it to Gears. That presentation was just fantastic.
What do you think about everything going into Game Pass like that? Like not every single thing, but like damn near.
Yeah, pretty much. Like AC Shadows. Well, actually, AC Shadows will probably show up in a year or two afterwards, right? But because they pretty much have put all the Assassin's Creed in Game Pass. But yeah, like almost everything there is going to be Game Pass, or it's free to play. So that's pretty good as usual, right? They still are giving us big, third-party games in Game Pass as well. And that was something that we were starting to see as a potential fear. Hey, now that they have all these studios, are they going to slow down on third-party deals? Nope. No. They're still bringing a whole bunch of stuff in. Awesome. It's awesome. That's exactly what I want to see. Game Pass, like the value just keeps getting better and better. The number of games, it's going to be awesome. So so I like seeing third-party stuff there too. But yeah, it's 17, first-party games. Awesome. It's just
Play
great.
it day one with Game Pass. Play it day one with Game Pass. Play it day one with Game Pass.
Nice.
I
Are you done, Ham?
I love
Are you done? I feel nauseous.
That was awesome.
Sir X-Man, thank you so much for the super chat. Says Loke ready to play Metal Gear Solid 4 on Xbox. Is it on Xbox?
No.
Has MGS4 been announced for anything? Is anyone aware of anything that I'm not aware of? Matt?
I mean, isn't it going to come to Xbox eventually whenever they do the rest of their collection?
All right, so nothing's official. Nothing has actually been done. Yes?
I don't know.
All right. So X-Men, you're going to make me panic and turn on my Xbox that I haven't turned on in weeks. All right? You're going to make me abandon the podcast and go turn on my Xbox right now. Don't do this to me. Come on.
I mean, so Metal Gear 3, right? That remake, but 4, I think it's still locked to PS3, right?
Yeah.
Did that even come to PC?
Yeah, maybe he meant 3.
No, it says it was announced at the Xbox showcase. That's 3. That's 3.
That's 3.
And,
yeah.
And so X-Men, like I said before, I've said this before, like my new main platform is PC. So if a game that I'm excited is going to
welcome.
No.
Welcome.
I'm getting it on PC. If it's not available on PC and I absolutely need to play it, that's when I'll get it on console. Otherwise, I'm getting it on PC and that's it. End of discussion.
New PC gamers are legit the worst.
Yeah, they can.
My nose is all up in the air. All right, bite me.
I'm sorry, you're just discovering computers.
I'm gonna sip my tea like this.
Yeah.
God
bless you.
Proper PC. Let's go. Ham, I'm skipping you because me and you done talked about this ad nauseum. Matt, Xbox Showcase, what's your rating for it? And
my rating.
What was your low point and your high point?
10 out of 10. I agree with Hargi. I don't really know. I'm struggling to think what you could have done to make it better than it was. It was phenomenal. Like I said it a few times. Since 2015, when I started following Showcase season to now, that was the best Showcase I've seen. So, just period, not just for Xbox, but just period. Low point, if I had to say, it's tough to say because even the low points of games I'm not interested in really, that show was so good that normally right before they showed something I'm not interested in, I was still hyper focused on what they just showed. So I wasn't really paying attention to what would be the low point for me. But if I had to pick one, I guess the RTS games, not really super heavy into it, so that'd be a low point. But outside of that, high point, Perfect Dark. Perfect Dark was the high point for me for sure. And I did not expect that to be the high point, but it was. So I'm very, very happy with that.
All right, y'all hit the like button, follow Sir X-Man's instructions.
No.
All right. He's got gray hair on his face. He knows what he's talking about.
Yeah.
Like, subscribe, share it out. All right, do it. Speaking of Sir X-Man, another super chat. Thank you so much. Says it did not say 3, it said Metal Gear Solid 4. No, it said Metal
3.
Gear Solid
Delta.
Beta. It's
Delta.
Delta, yeah, Delta. It's like a triangle thingy. But yeah, it's the third one. And yes, I'm super psyched for that one, but PC, dude. PC.
If you want to take the 3 out, just say Snake Eater. There you go.
They should have just said 3. I don't understand all of Konami, man. Konami, and then we shit on Kojima. See what happens when you take Kojima out the picture. See what happens. They don't even know how to count anymore. Mental. What was your score? What was your low point? What was your high point?
I'm going with the Metacritic rating. Out of 100, I give it a 95, and that's just because I don't believe anything's perfect. But hey, that's just me. So 95 is about as close as I'll ever give to a perfect score. The low point would be that lull that kind of happened in the middle where you had like Winterboro and Mixtape and that stuff. Not really my style of games, but that would be my low point. Other than that, Doom gave me chills. Like, oh man, I had goosebumps. I was laughing. That just looks insane, and so I got to go with Doom. But honorable mention to Gears for sure. I mean, that was a great ending to the show, and so that gets my honorable mention. But 95 out of 100. It's hard to say what they could have done better, but like I say, that little low point in the middle is what brings it down a bit for me.
Can we skip Cozy?
What?
Oh, I want to hear what Cozy has to say.
What? Why would what did I do?
Nobody you need to hear.
Well, you're denying the engagement. That's a little offensive after coming clean on that last week. What's up with the denial this week? I don't know. Or did you guys just break up?
What did you think about the showcase?
You know what? Go back to drinking your water, Ham.
I'm gonna keep sipping.
I was
drinking your liquor.
Okay, Cozy.
I can't. I'm not drinking because I went really hard at the con. Wait, what happened?
Your engagement party, you mean?
What?
You drank too much at your engagement party?
Damn showcase, Cozy.
Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! It's Mental's fault. Anyway, so I give it a 1 out of 10.
Oh, here
she's a clout chaser. Get her out.
Sorry,
well, you got to remember, in Cozy's scale, 1 is the best score. She just does it backwards.
I'm sorry, no Viva Pinata. I'm not sold.
That's
you
too
know what?
bad.
Cozy's like, it was number 1, man. Nothing better.
I actually, I mean, as someone who, I never watched the showcase. I just catch up on the shh, you be quiet.
That's what the bird's trying to tell you. You're translating.
So Pepper insists that she's like, shut up, you're lying, you're excited for State of Decay. Obviously.
I was waiting to finish. That looked good too, man.
State of Decay was kind of like, I'm actually highly, and I was like, man, this is exactly how you play it. Like, lethal. You hear someone, be like, help. You go out and you get someone killed, and you're like, well, crap. So, I'm State of Decay. That was like, yay! I already know what's coming. They've non-stock been, working real hard, keeping State of Decay 2 updated and fresh feeling. So I'm looking forward to more of that with State of Decay 3.
There's another game you haven't brought up, Cozy.
Which one? I'm kind of pumped with caffeine right now.
The one in the swamp.
Oh!
Ooh.
Oh, yeah! South of Midnight.
Midnight. Good.
I'm obsessed with stop motion. I always wanted to eat the little clay people. So
that's something.
Cool.
All right,
cool.
Good way to start this whole thing.
Clay people, okay.
Yeah. So like, I like the aesthetic of it. I don't really like high fantasy. So like, whenever something does something that's like, well, that's interesting. It's something refreshing, something that you don't see, especially within the realm of magic. It's sort of like, oh wow, that's exciting. I'm excited for that. It's not that I hate fantasy. It's like everyone does a high fantasy, and it's like, so I won't play a game that's for real high fantasy, unless it's from someone that I'm already really love their work of. But I'm looking forward to South of Midnight.
As soon as I saw that game, I was like, oh yeah, Cozy's gonna love this one.
So yeah.
All right, so that's the showcase.
So is
out
it
the
still
way.
a 1 out of 10, Cozy?
I mean, that's obviously a joke. Gee, don't make me say it's
we
a
want to
joke.
hear your damn score.
We still want the score.
Oh, It was a good show. I'm not gonna give you a score, but I will say it was a good show. Just because I'm petty.
On a scale of 1 to 10 cozies, how many cozies was it?
I will give it. I will give it a 4 out of 5 red snappers.
Well, there you go,
Mr. Madison. What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Oh, geez.
Awesome.
I feel uncomfortable.
Ham's ready with the clips.
I'm ready.
Wow.
Something else.
Wow. So X-Men,
I was planning on using that on
all
Loke,
human.
but it didn't work out.
We all make mistakes, so X-Men. We all make mistakes. It's all love, brother. It's all love. All right, let's get into the topics. What is this? Almost 30 minutes in, still haven't tackled the news. All right, so first off, we're going to start with an article from Eurogamer written by friend of the show, Chris Dring. Headline reads.
When did he become a friend?
Gonna put that up?
Is he a friend of the show?
Are you gonna put that up on the screen, or do you want me to put it up on the screen now?
Yes, you put everything up on the screen from now on, because I'm gonna be hitting buttons, bud. I'm gonna be.
Oh my God, Ham wants to be ripping everyone. That's what he wants to do.
That's all I want to do.
Right. Hold on.
Put everybody on top so we could. Yeah, perfect.
Okay, there we go. All right, so here's the headline: Why the gradual death of the console exclusive makes business sense, and why Lego Horizon Adventures is coming to Switch. Do you guys want me to read excerpts from the article, or do you want to respond to the headline as is?
Read the entire
Who's
thing.
comfortable responding? Okay, I'm not reading the whole thing.
Prove to us that you don't have a Texas education.
You should have the one that they did about Xbox first. He did about Xbox first, where Xbox is dying and eats the other consoles.
No, I don't have that one. Like right now, immediately.
You should compare and contrast those.
Oh, it's so good, right? There's no media, not at all.
No. Not at all.
None.
The Xbox text is not real.
It's not real, no, really.
When I saw this, I did not tremble in my boots, waiting for Ham to be like, "Look, now we need to talk about the Xbox text. Now I want to see you say the Xbox text is not real." That's not what happened. I was completely comfortable when this got like posted. I was happy with this. Let's get this super chat out the way before we get into it. So X-Man, thank you so much. Says I apologize. Triangle look like a 4. I'm sorry. It's cool. It's cool, brother. It's cool. Appreciate you.
Get some glasses. The old ass.
It's fine. It's fine.
We love you, Sir X-Man.
Listen. There's no need for any preamble. All right. Everyone here is heavily steeped in the lore of when Xbox did this, it was the end of Xbox. Now the PlayStation's doing it. Not only is it good for PlayStation, it's good for the entire industry.
You
right?
sit there and you thump your Bible and you say your prayers, and it didn't get you anywhere.
All right.
Oh my goodness.
Seriously, Hargit, I can't even like PlayStation on this podcast. I can't just like it. It's a problem. I'm a shareholder. I'm a shareholder. I'm a board member. I'm damn near the CEO. The way I have to respond to everything that PlayStation does wrong. Anyway, Matt, you can go first.
Might as well put your cowboy hat on and
what on the title of this headline on the title of this article.
Deep in the heart of Texas.
I mean, well, the title's
got
silly.
all those ponies out there.
Knowing everything we know, the title's silly because, like Hargeet said, this guy made an article like not very long ago saying the exact opposite thing for Xbox. So with all the context, it's dumb. It's pretty dumb. It's a pretty dumb article.
The same person?
Yeah, the same person. Same person.
The same person.
Same person, yep. Same outlet. So, you know, like, I guess there's nothing inherently wrong with the article. It's just when you add context to it, it looks pretty stupid.
Not stupid, just disingenuous. I mean, you know, stupid, I have to defend this string at this point. Like,
I don't. It's stupid. It's stupid.
Jeez. We can't challenge his intelligence here. We can challenge it.
No, I'm not saying he's stupid. I'm saying I don't know if he's stupid. I don't know if he's stupid. He's probably smart. I mean, he's probably a smart guy, but that's a dumb article. Is all I'm saying. That's it.
Just a ridiculous take.
Yeah, and in hindsight, it's pretty bad. Cozy, you're next.
I'm already there, but I think these people, they have to do this. They have to do this because, you know, they're game journalists. So what else are they supposed to do? But write the stuff that brings them the attention in the way that doesn't negatively impact them. I don't know why you would trust them, or give them any credibility. They aren't real journalists. They're not out here doing any real work. They're basically pundits. It's like basically, you know, the problem is people like, you know, people talk about, well, Fox News Network doesn't actually show news segments. It's like just shows a bunch of pundit shows. And that's what you're looking for with these. They're the same thing. They're not actual journalists who have any sort of real credibility. Once you treat them more like the same of, like, you know, the likes of like Tucker Carlson and people like that, they make much more sense. They just got to do what they got to do to keep themselves fed.
Sure. Couldn't agree with that.
Wow. Thanks. That was very uplifting, Cozy. Really appreciate you. Thank you so much. So X-Man with another super chat. Thank you so much. Says, what happened to Xbox Talk? How you go PlayStation? I don't understand.
Loke's running the show, and since he's a pony, that's how we ended up talking about PlayStation.
Pony show. Yeah.
That's how that happened.
The biggest pony. He's hiding his PS5 in the back.
Not unexpected.
I bet he has PlayStation boxers on too.
So, Hargeet, as you can see, the panel members have amnesia problems. You know, they have problems with memory. I just said this is my main platform, but as you can tell, they have recollection problems. So bear with them. All right, bear with them. Yo, Danny, thank you so much for this super chat. Says to tune of Dr. Dre, Chris Dring wrong. Chris Dring is wrong. Which tune of Dr. Dre?
Ding ding dong, ring a ding 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 dong. You don't remember that song?
Chris Dring wrong. Christopher Dring is wrong. Oh, you know that's pretty catchy. That is catchy, yo, Daddy. Appreciate you. Wow. Not bad.
Yeah, I had to break it down for you, brother.
So you see, Hargeet, you see, if I was American, I would fucking know what this tune is.
No, because you're Texan, so everyone knows the only thing you listen to is George Strait.
Don't say country. Oh my God. All right.
Yeah, well,
he knew who George Strait is.
He came strolling into the backstage there singing, all my exes live in Texas. So, I mean...
Texas is the state.
I didn't say country. I said George Strait, and he immediately was like,
Meta. All right, Cozy. Meta. Jeez, man, I would never escape these allegations. Meta, what are your thoughts on this article and the general state of video game punditry? Because Cozy said it's not journalism, so punditry.
Well, I mean, it's hard to take any of it seriously, isn't it? But, I mean, the headline, yeah, of course it makes good business sense, right? It's all about the money. You make more money if you're multi-platform than you will if you're stuck on one box. So that part, it's true, but it's hard to take any of these people seriously these days. I mean, I probably count on one hand the number of articles I actually went looking for and read this year on a game website. So generally speaking, I ignore this stuff.
Wow.
That's the right.
So how do you keep track of what's happening if you don't go to the websites? No, I'm gonna call him out on this one. How, Mentor? How do you keep track if you don't go to these websites?
Play games.
Yeah, I play my own games, make my own mind up. Generally speaking, that, and I mean, I'm on Twitter. I look at that stuff. You kind of get a gist of what's happening and what the latest travesty is. But yeah, stuff like that I keep up on, but I don't go to websites to read their stuff. I'll go like look on YouTube if I want to find out something about a game.
You know what? Paul Wall.
See, he's never going to be the allegations.
For 2 years, Paul Wall was the shit. Yes? Ham, back me up on this one.
I think he still is in your part of the world, right?
No.
I think he's still very much the shit. Like he's
I know Ham knows what I'm talking about. Paul Wall,
he's a Houston legend.
2 years was killing it.
I mean,
like
Mike Jones.
You're muted, Ham. You're still muted.
I said maybe in your town.
Exactly.
All right. You know what? Fine. Whatever. I'm trying to have a nice
I don't even know who that is.
Reminisce about the good old days.
He's a Houston legend. Man. He's one of Luke's best friends.
Texas legend. And
okay. So I'm way up here in Canada. We don't know that stuff. So.
Oh, Canada.
Yeah. Now that's a good tune.
So X-Man, thank you so much for another super chat. It says Loke changes narratives like IGN and Pony's fact.
That is
I change narratives.
Yep.
That's a fact.
Greatness
is a fraud.
So
that's why he's a game journalist.
Like Kyle on Loke podcast? Is that
bro? Thank you. Thank you. What is this?
It's just because he keeps denying his Texas heritage. If he would just own it, we could move forward.
All right, you know what, Hagit?
Okay,
Hagit,
I'll show
what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this headline?
On Loke denying his Texas heritage.
So first is this.
Man. Oh, goodness.
Their ponies
bad enough.
Damn, Loke, what you doing?
Dude.
Your camera's over there. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. So look, I don't want to go against any given person. I don't like doing that. But like in general, you're gonna see a sort of changeover from what was anti-Xbox stuff to the industry is just going in this direction. Look, there was a reason to have content be locked to devices because those devices were very specialized. Both the consoles are like 99% the same freaking thing. There's really not much of a difference except for the OS and like the dev kits that go with it, right? So at some point you just got to say, all right, there's almost no reason to have this. Their PCs have this game have a totally different like development build for PlayStation versus Xbox versus PC when ultimately it's just all PC, right? So what's long term, you're probably going to see like the direction of the next generations. They're playing stuff on PC and mobile, right? They're not really doing console. Us older generations, we're keeping the console alive. That's going to start faltering anyway, right? So Microsoft's already realized this. The Windows, is baked into your Xbox anyway. They're going to just lean into that, and they're already talking about having that be available to other partners. So you can have an Xbox-like device that's going to be from a partner, right? Don't be surprised that in a decade or so that your Sony device happens to also just be a bloody Xbox, because it doesn't matter. It's ultimately just not going to matter, right? So this thing, like the exclusivity thing mattered when you had to sell your device that you created with custom hardware, and people needed to come there to actually make that device viable. That's just not a place anymore. look, Nintendo's going to be the last to leave this, the exclusivity, arena, but it works for them, right? But I think in the case of very expensive games, it's tougher to do. You just got to kind of like let this go. And so I think long term, I've always been saying this, long term, this exclusivity stuff is going to go away. I just don't know when that is. Is it 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20? I don't know. But at some point, it's going to go, right? So I just don't see this staying and being sustainable. If you want to have like the output you just saw, right, with all those very good looking games, that takes time. It takes a lot of work and therefore a lot of money. And so ultimately they're going to try to look for customers wherever they can look for customers. And, that will hopefully, start to veer towards one platform, which is going to be PC. The question is, what is it going to look like in like 15 years, right? It's just going to me, it's going to be a whole bunch of devices that run a customized gaming version of Windows that gives you your gaming experience. And then everybody else can kind of just get into it. And, Sony can sit there and do their own thing for a while, but eventually, just like they make, Windows laptops, they're just going to take the freaking thing and just use it because ultimately it makes it easier for the developer. The developer makes one freaking version of the game, Windows, and then it happens to run on everything, right? It just makes life so much better. So that's kind of where things are going to go. I don't know when that's going to happen, but yeah, the article is true. The problem is the narrative of before this, when Microsoft always tries to lead everybody where it needs to go, and when they do it, it's the end of the world. The $3 trillion company is going to fail, and they don't have money in the bank because they're going to die. It's like, what do you even understand? Like, there are countries that would love to have the amount of money they have in the bank. They don't have that, right? Countries in the world don't have that. And this is you're saying they're going to have problems. No, they know what they're doing. They know where the world is going because they talk to everyone. Every single company on the planet is their freaking customer. Every government on the world is their customer. They know what's happening. You just got to accept that reality. So they see where things are going. They know what's happening. So they're just leading. They're just leading the industry where it needs to go. So this, the previous article, if this article says, yeah, I got it wrong, when Microsoft was doing this, they were right, then that would be fine. I doubt they put that in there. That's always the problem, right? You got to say, all right, fine. When Microsoft led the way, we should have recognized that as the industry. We didn't. Instead, we saw it as they're failing and they're dying and they're going to go away, when the same thing's happening with now the other platform. This is just the way it is. And I think this is the first of many. We all agree, right? This is the first of many. And as you were saying, look, they've been multi-platform for a while now. They've chosen to put their games on PC, right? They day and date MLB The Show on Switch, on Xbox, right? I don't know if they've come to PC yet, right? But that is their plan, right? And you can just see this kind of continuing. They're going to do this more. And it makes sense. The Switch has 140 plus million consoles out there. If you can take advantage of your IPs, especially where they're friendly to that audience, why not? It just doesn't make sense to keep them. Like older games, Sackboy or the Ratchet and Clank that came to PS4. Why do you need to make that exclusive on PlayStation? You could put it on Switch, and who cares? They're not doing anything. That IP isn't doing anything for you, right? So go ahead, and it's not like it's going to stop somebody from buying a PlayStation if they like PlayStation. So go ahead and put it on Switch. Get the money, right? If you get 100, 200 million, why not? It's just money in the bank, right? So I fully, expect that they're going to do more of this. This is just the world we're in, right? And don't be surprised if other games come to other platforms like Xbox. That might happen, right? They'll contend with it. So it is what it is. And look, Microsoft's more open about it, and Microsoft also gets all the leaks in the world. But it's not like PlayStation isn't doing the same analysis, right? Hiroki Totoki came in and said, "What the heck are you guys doing? Why aren't you making money?" Right? And they're gonna see like, hey, if that game does well over there, why don't we put it over there? I'm still astounded that Destiny does better on freaking Xbox than PlayStation. It's bloody owned by PlayStation, but the game does better on Xbox than it does on PlayStation.
It might be the same case with Call of Duty for like sales and stuff like that,
right?
Or microtransactions.
Exactly. And they got to see these things and say, well, why should we not take advantage of that? At some point, it just doesn't matter, right? So they'll see what they want to do, but I expect more of this. It's just the first of many. It was an awesome announcement for me. I loved it just from a console worry fun perspective. Hey, they have the Nintendo Switch logo there. That's awesome. But look, and not to detract, the game, it looks cool too. Look, if you like Lego games, I love the Lego games. It looks good, so I will pick it up. It's going to be a fun game, so I will have fun with it. But yeah, so this is not surprising to me. It's the right article. Just they should acknowledge the fact that when somebody else did that, you called it as a big fail instead of calling it for what it should have been. This exactly the right thing that should have been said for Xbox as well. Right, that's the right article.
I'd like to defend Chris String for 2 seconds here. There's a reason why Chris String is a journalist for The Verge and not running Xbox or Microsoft, because these types of forward like looking vision, you don't just wake up and have it. All right, and I'm defending the Chris String that wrote the calamitous "The World Is Over for Xbox" article. That's who I'm defending. No, he didn't know better. Most of us didn't know better. The same thing with, remember the Xbox One when they were talking about TV? Well, what are people doing on their consoles today?
Yep, they were right.
I was already behind them, but guess what? I only use a console for convenience. I've been a PC gamer for the longest age. I always talk about how the only reason I got a Xbox anyway, but because I never had one, was because I was literally wowed away by Play Anywhere way back when with Cuphead. Like, I didn't even have a super interest in the game. I was just like, I exited out of this game, and I just went down to my roommate's room, booted it up on his Xbox, and I was like, I just finished playing this on mine. And that was, to me, the most amazing thing I'd ever seen.
Yep.
Facts.
Yeah, those conveniences are so cool, aren't they? And you don't realize it until you have it, and you're like, wow, this is really awesome. I can play my game with my ROG Ally and then play it on my console, and it's the same save, and it just seamlessly works. This is awesome.
Dude, I still remember when I transitioned from my 1X to my Series X. It was so automatic, so simple. When I tried to transition from my PS4 to my PS5,
oh my god,
I was like, okay, fuck it then. Fuck it.
It's not nearly as seamless.
And the fact that you can do it multiple profiles too, is also really cool.
Exactly.
Like, because I set myself up on someone else's Xbox Series console, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
Look was pissed.
Yeah, I was pretty flat. Ham, what are your thoughts on this headline and the objectivity of video game punditry? It's not journalism for today, it's punditry.
What does this guy know? This guy doesn't know anything. I'm the biggest PlayStation fan in the world. I'm typing in the comment section. I'm replying to your tweet on Twitter. This guy doesn't know anything. Really?
I mean, that's kind of where I'm at, bro.
Now I see why I'm the one putting the topics up on screen. Ham has like 1,000 videos in his folder just waiting. Oh my goodness.
Oh, Christopher Drake.
Surprise. You played yourself.
Yeah. He played himself. He played himself because now he has to backtrack. Now he has to ignore or block or do all this, fighting that he just didn't like he set himself up for this. Like he led him into a path that just circled right back to the start. So now he's just walking in circles. Like, to me, it's just not a good look. It's not a good look. And Fortanga brought this up, and I'm pretty sure you have that as a subject, right?
Yes, it is one of the subjects.
So I'll cool it on that. But it's just like
they're clowns.
Like, I don't know how many times I've said, or talked about like the Xbox tax and how it's real. And I remember when fucking Destin Legary was like, "Oh, I like Ham Solo, but you're just wrong. There is no Xbox tax. There is no tax." And then, like,
go soft where you
after
go
that or
Destin,
something,
bro.
he's getting like pushed around by his boy on IGN talking about how weak the Xbox show is and how Starfield's numbers aren't good enough and stuff like that. And Dustin ends up joining the fight as well, being like, well, it's a single player game and it's not multiplayer. You're talking about numbers So it's just like, I don't understand why these people set landmines and then just walk right into the yard that they just mined all over. It's nuts. I mean, that's really all I have to say. I don't have any long like soliloquy or whatever to go through. Like, it's just that. It's kind of sad and ridiculous, but then again, it just reveals the tax is real.
Oh my God. Yo, Daddy, I didn't do it on purpose. It just happened. I swear I was not trying to make fun of anything. All right?
Sure.
It just happened. Oh my God. Bunty, member for 8 months. Ham, stop laughing. Thank you so much for the member chat. Says enough respect to the panel. Hargeet, I'm loving your book. I think you wanted to say. Let's use this as an opportunity. Hargeet, please. We're halfway through the show. Plug your book.
Yeah, I read a little bit of it during my 10-hour drive that I had just last week. Yeah, good shit, man.
What do you like it? Like it? Cool.
So
awesome.
far, yeah, I'm still really early in because I had to drive soon after I started it. But it's well written.
Well, thank you. All right, so if you want to check it out, you can go to shop.chani.us, which is up here in my background.
Get that shit out of the way for you, dog. Get that out of there.
But yeah, so it'll link you to Barnes & Noble or Amazon if you want to pick it up, or if you want to get a signed copy, there's some bundles available if you want to get a signed copy. There's also some merch. I'm wearing some of the merch right now. You can pick up some of the merch if you want. But yeah, it's Emergence. It's a sci-fi novel. Nothing to do with E-Day.
All right, that's Hargeet's book. Please make sure to support a original and new writer with a fresh voice in the
even if you can't read
genre. Even
learn
if you
how
can't
to read and then you can enjoy the book.
Learn how to read with Hargeet Shani. Yeah, I like it.
Yes,
man, it rhymes. It rhymes. Let's get some super chat. Sex man, thank you so much. Says consoles not going. People like playing on couches. You can do the same thing with console, with PC, but that's a discussion for another day. Pixel bit, welcome in, Pixel. Appreciate you, man. Says you're asking Dring to have vision. LMAO, no way. I swear, dude, it was an honest mistake. I didn't do it on purpose. I just said it.
Somebody need to come get low.
Oh my God! It just happened.
Down bad.
I wasn't trying to make fun of anyone. I was the one defending him, guys. Anyways, let's move on.
Yo, the chat coming at you.
My bad, little homie. What's up? Get your man. All
right. That's what they telling me right now, Logan. They telling me to get you up out of here. What can I do?
Yeah.
We better move on. Let's move on. Let's get Dring out of here.
Moving on. We got Pixel. We got Fritanga's post here. This one Ham is brought to my attention. I don't even know what it means. He just said PS5 games and then screenshotted a whole bunch of countries. Can someone please break this down? What does this even mean?
Do you need some help, Look? Because I can definitely break that.
I don't even know what that is.
Bud. Just scroll up just a tad bit. Read that.
PS5 games.
Now read the next line.
US, Canada, and then EU on this side.
And then what's number one?
In both Sea of Thieves. Well, I don't know if it's number one.
I think you understand.
Maybe number one is who's your daddy?
It's Sea of Thieves.
It's Sea of Thieves.
It's for the month of May, the highest selling game in the US
in those regions. Yeah.
Sea of Thieves. Thieves?
Why do you think the one at the bottom of the list is number one?
Luke likes to count
Stellar
down.
Blade
Bottom of the list.
is up in here.
Stellar Blade? Why would Stellar Blade be? It did successful for a niche
I don't look
game.
at Stellar Blade as much as I look at Helldivers 2. I'm like, that's fucking
No.
tragic, you guys.
Stellar Blade
What are
did
you
well.
guys doing?
It did well. It had its
Oh, sure.
audience, but it's a niche game. Everyone pretty much who wants to play it has played it. It's going to fall off the face of the earth until they make a sequel or whatever.
Helldivers 2 is the one that's like, what
Not
the fuck?
Helldivers, Stellar Blade.
Oh, okay.
Helldivers is still doing solid. It's going to keep doing solid.
Helldivers is doing great. It's just like, wow. Like looking at that in comparison, it's just like Helldivers 2 is supposed to be that. Like look at all the news that came out about the sales of it and biggest launch for PlayStation game and yada yada. And on their own console, Xbox is in front of Helldivers, their biggest.
Well, you're also missing COD, which is now also Xbox. Fallout 4, I see down there on the EU side. I don't know if they have that on the US side, but Xbox dominates. That's just a reality.
Something a lot of people who dislike Sea of Thieves, a lot of people dislike Sea of Thieves don't understand is you don't need Sea of Thieves is fun without needing a reason to do anything.
Yep.
And that is a fun that a lot of people, especially a lot of like more older gamers, old school gamers don't understand. That Sea of Thieves is fun because you don't have to do anything. In the same way that I've literally logged into Minecraft, played with other people, and we were literally just running around collecting bricks, like playing in like the build mode or whatever, just doing dumb, not even doing anything. And I'm like, Helldivers is a great game, but in the same way, you only play Helldivers to do things.
God damn. Well, you did not sell Sea of Thieves to me, Cozy. Here's a game that you don't have to do anything in. What?
Well, I mean, they have stuff that you can do.
You can do stuff in Sea of Thieves,
but you don't have to. You can just sail around.
I'm sorry, if you're plus 25 plus, you're part of the old people.
Wise Old Gamer has been a member for 10 months. Sent a membership chat. Says Hargeet, what's an Asian doing on a Texan show? Wise, you misspelled Mozambican. You misspelled Mozambican. Wise. It's fine. It's fine. I forgive you. I'll correct you and show you the correct spelling on your show tonight. But yeah, Hargeet. What are you doing here, dude? The chat wants to know.
Texting anyways, right?
Oh,
whatever.
Dang.
Bro, can you see how bad it's gotten, Hargeet? It's not just the people on this panel. People all over the place are falling for it and believing that I'm from
What's
Texas.
your favorite football team?
My favorite football team.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to pretend it's soccer.
Gotcha. What?
Yeah.
What? No, he's gonna pretend. He's gonna pretend.
Yeah.
He's pretending.
You see, he's not gonna admit. He's not gonna admit. He's not gonna admit.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get back to Ham's picture. Sorry, Pitanga's screenshot here. Ham, you were saying something before we cut off there.
Oh, if I was saying something, I sure don't remember.
No, everyone just started chiming in when you're talking about Sea of Thieves. Cozy came in and talking about you don't have to do anything, etc., etc.
Oh yeah. I was just saying, like to me, it's just pretty nuts seeing Sea of Thieves in front of Helldivers 2. To me, is just wild.
It's because it has that unique appeal of being a game you can play with your friends where you don't have to do anything, and I don't think people understand how big that is to a lot of gamers.
But you can do that in Helldivers 2 as well.
No, you can't. There's nothing really to do in Helldivers unless you're doing quests other than stand around.
Oh, you're just talking about just goofing off.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, you don't have to go out.
It has that goofy aspect.
Do it.
As Helldivers is very objective based. Sure.
Yeah.
You can just go around the sea and just cause havoc and not do any mission for the whole day.
It's kind of extra funny too to see Sea of Thieves there with how badly it's been dumped on since the day it came out. Like it's been the target of ponies everywhere. I mean, Loke was giving it a hard time just a few weeks ago, and every pony everywhere gives Sea of Thieves a hard
Thieves
time.
is trash, you know.
I think it's trash. No, I don't think it's trash. I don't think it's trash. All right, a lot of work has gone into it. It's just not a game for me. That's
have you tried? Look, have you tried the expansions they had, like the one for Pirates of the Caribbean and stuff like that?
I tried Sea of Thieves day one, like as soon as it came out. I think it went straight to Game Pass. I did try
it. And it was
content since then.
Pretty minimal then, but I've since I played I tried the Pirates of the Caribbean. That's actually pretty good because it's actually a campaign, right? So you actually have things to do. So if you want to try to
do I have
give it a
play
shot
with other
now.
people? Can I play by myself?
No, it's by yourself.
Yeah.
You can play yourself. Yeah, you just play the campaign. It's just you.
Because
and you don't have to worry about getting griefed either.
Yeah. The griefing in the game is kind of because it's not. Most people aren't really that awful in the game to you. They sink your ship and take your treasure.
Tell that to Zocker. I think that's all he does, right? That's his sole purpose in playing Sea of Thieves is to go around grief people. Yeah, I think there's a no grief mode in general, though, isn't there now?
It's sort
I'm
of
just
like
saying
it's like baby's
people are
first
worried
adventure.
about it.
It's a baby's first adventure mode. It's not a place you want to stay.
So X-Men, thank you so much for the super chat. It says Loke, give Sea of Thieves props. Don't be a pony. So X-Men, I'll never give props to something I don't personally like. What I won't do is shit on something just because I don't like it, which is why I said it's not for me. I'm not going to sit here and say it's fabulous, even though I don't like it.
I really want proper VR support for it because I really want to simulate being sick on the ocean.
You don't get sick. You can just play VR games and get motion.
No, specifically because have you ever played Sea of Thieves? Especially if you just down the grog and keep on going, you cannot move straight, and it's very much like, oh, this is what it's really like being super drunk, and it's super fun because you just be sliding, you just be trying to keep the camera straight, and it'll just be going and you're just like, no, fun times.
Awesome.
Sapo, thank you so much for mentioning Manchester United. So it's Man United in England.
See, he has to say these specifically.
Palmeiras in Brazil. In Spain, it's Real Betis. In Italy,
he was just Googling.
Yeah, he's Googling them.
In his mind, he's thinking. It was really hard. You could see the stress on his face when you asked the question. The internal thought process was, don't say Cowboys. Don't say Cowboys.
Let's be honest. The Cowboys are a trash team.
In Germany, it's Schalke. In Germany, it's Schalke.
They don't even have fans.
These guys. Ooh, the Cowboys.
No, yeah, they don't have fans. No one
they're America's team. What are you talking about? They have too many fans at this point.
See, now he's defending them. He couldn't help it. He had to defend them.
No, fuck the Cowboys.
So it came out. Yeah, it came out.
Fuck the Cowboys. I'd rather support the Texans than the Cowboys. Fuck the Cowboys. Anyways, fake outrage, Sea of Thieves, always good. Okay. So for the third time now, right? Hargeet, I'm sorry. For the third time, we're now going to try one more time. Ham, what is your take on this list? And I'm going to ask everyone else not to interrupt Ham, please.
Okay.
For the love of
I already had my take. I just said that.
Yeah, I think
I'm just surprised Helldivers is as low as it is, considering that it's a multiplayer live service game, and it's really fun. It's an amazing game. If you asked me personally, which one would I'd rather play, it'd be Helldivers or Sea of Thieves, to be honest. But it's somehow the 2016 game is above every other game that's on your freaking console right now for that month. That's something. That's something. It also goes to show you, in my opinion, it goes to show you how shit Xbox is at marketing.
Yes.
As well. Like just to be real, if I'm being honest, like just coming from all the way back to something like 2016, and like just you're not good enough at giving people a reason to buy your console, so they waited 8 years to play it on PlayStation. Like that's very telling. And it kind of goes with a little bit of what Phil Spencer said with his like people aren't gonna leave yada 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 for whatever reason, because they have like a digital library yada or whatever. So I feel like almost what Xbox is doing to try to like market to that audience without coming out and just saying it, which I think they should, is that they're building a digital library in Game Pass. So once you do come on over, you don't want to leave.
It's all there.
It's all there. So it's just like now whatever PlayStation had for you is just backwards compatibility on another console, essentially. And you're able to play everything, your next, 30 Call of Duty games or whatever. You know where they're gonna be.
Oh yeah.
You know where Diablo's gonna be. You know where the Elder Scrolls games are gonna be. It's just like, sure, you like that library you got now, but once you change or once you decide to move over to Xbox for a generation like you, and maybe it doesn't happen the next generation. Or even the generation after that, but maybe somebody's, people have children and they don't always follow the exact thing that their dad did or their moms did, right? They might be I don't know why they gave me their account, but I don't give a shit about any of these games. I like this, and they're giving me what I need in just a quick subscription instead of me having to pay for every single. I mean, look at the cadence in which some games are coming out. We had the lull back in 2022, pretty much 2021 ish, really for this generation. Like there's been hot spots, but there's never been like consistency like 2023. Once 2023 came out, I started to realize, I can't buy everything anymore.
Yeah.
Right. So like, and then 2024 comes out. And we see all these different games. PlayStation just so happens to be having a lull this year. Nintendo seems like they're, working towards a new console and whatnot. If Xbox alone is providing me with the amount of games that they're providing me with, I can already tell you that, hey, I can't buy every game over there either. So what's going to happen when all three are rolling? Because I think next year, Nintendo's going to announce that new handheld device.
PlayStation's
finally going to get back from their slumber and start producing some games.
Stop shaking your head, Huggy.
I know.
I don't think they will never either.
I think PlayStation's in a unique spot because they've got the hardware that is the hardware, but they don't have. They've never been Nintendo, and that is their problem. Their costs, Nintendo is very conservative with their costs, and PlayStation hasn't been. They've been trying to make Nintendo dollars off their software, but people actually don't really play PlayStation games like that. They'll brag like God of War sold 20 million copies on a platform with how many people? Like 120 million people. So less than half of the people who have the platform buying like their marquee titles. And yeah, that's cool and all, but let's be honest, it's just the platform for playing Call of Duty.
Well, that brings up a different conversation. I don't want to crawl over there, or at least yet. But all I'm trying to say is they're gonna have more content, in my opinion, next year than they had this year.
I hope so.
First party wise.
Well, yeah,
if they don't.
You're enjoying this a little too much.
I feel like
if you just think about. If you look at when all their major studios last released a game and the average dev time, I don't think they'll be ready next year. It's going to be a little while still.
I think they'll have stuff, but I think it'll be around the same amount that they have now. Like if you look at like theirs is like drastically increased. They haven't been able to keep up with the output. Like, from the PS3 to the PS4 to now the PS5, you see that huge drop off. You're seeing that huge drop off, and that's been true since the PS3 days, like where the PS3 was probably like they were just throwing things out there, and then PS4 it's sort of like kind of dried up a lot. And then the PS5 now you're seeing it like dried to the max where they don't have.
But keep in mind, we did see in the leaks that they're planning on making games smaller, kind of like what Xbox said that they're kind of trying to do, or what Matt Booty came out on stage and said, "Hey, we're looking to make really impactful, shorter games."
But I think
that PlayStation is on the same boat of trying to do that, especially with Marvel titles.
I think the big difference is PlayStation is those big games.
And that's going to be their problem, right?
People aren't going to want to play like ugly, little short games that they make. People aren't. They had those studios. They closed those studios because people weren't buying those games.
They have the problem of now convincing their customer base that that's actually what they want. And that's
we're getting off the point that I'm trying to make. We're getting off of the point. The whole point that I'm trying to make is hypothetically, because it ain't working with y'all, but hypothetically, PlayStation has more games next year. I personally still believe that. Fuck what you heard. But
I hope you're right.
But with that being said, I'm just trying to say that with Nintendo having a new console and you would think they'd have new games to go to that console, Xbox continuing to roll, and then PlayStation starting to maybe come out with more content as well. If Xbox just in the year 2024 is making me look at my wallet like I can't get everything, it's going to be even harder as the future progresses. And I don't see Xbox's train stopping anytime soon, because the amount of studios and stuff that they got is just insane.
Exactly.
What was that, Harvey?
I just published a video about that, about what the next showcase is going to look like and the showcase after that, and why it's always going to be an interesting time with Xbox.
And I think Xbox also has, not just because of their studios, they have studios that are very flexible, and how, like, some of them are like, their games take ages. Some of them, they can churn out games. And having that, the problem with PlayStation is a lot of their studios that were churning out games are the ones that they closed shop.
Yeah, but I get your point. You're saying basically, look, the value statement is the point, right?
Yeah.
And to add to that, I don't know if you saw this, but Jaffe put out a video saying, hey, let's say, first the showcase, he loved it, but if Xbox starts putting these games on PlayStation, won't the PlayStation players start saying, wait a minute, I can get all these games that I'm playing on this platform over there and I get it in Game Pass? Why am I playing over here? Why am I wasting the money?
Talk about it.
Maybe they will, maybe they won't. But either way,
a good chunk will, right? Because look, there are like diehard fans. That's not the majority. Not even close to the majority, right? Most people are like what you're saying, that they're gonna look at my wallet. But why am I spending this money when I can spend that? Why am I spending more?
The key to thing is even if they don't, every dollar that someone's spending on like a Microsoft game is $1. PlayStation, sure, they get a cut of it, but it's $1 in the mind share of Microsoft.
Yep.
Yeah, and I can see that change coming next gen.
Or Xbox? Can you imagine?
I like to kind of think of it this way. Why would you continue to go to Burger King and ask for a Big Mac? And I mean, you for some reason, this Burger King is allowed to give you Big Macs, right? Which is PlayStation, giving you Xbox games. Why would you keep going to Burger King to get your Big Mac when you could have the McDonald's app on your phone and get them for free after so much money spent at McDonald's? You'll just end up getting rewards and stuff like that just come with it. I mean, didn't they say something? Hargate, I'm asking you in particular. Did they say something about more benefits in being a Game Pass subscriber and playing a game there than just flat out buying it outside of an Xbox?
Yeah, I mean, the beauty is you can play it wherever you want, right? So you can play cloud, like on your phone. You can play it on your phone. You can play it on, your PC. You can play it on your console, right? And with the Microsoft way that you get, like what you were saying, Cozy, right? My save goes with me, my progress goes with me. I can play with my friends on whatever platform. It doesn't matter, right?
How
It's
about them
all
perks
open.
though?
Even with their
Right?
multi-platform games, that's the thing. Like Sea of Thieves, like say you are a PlayStation player, but then you're playing Sea of Thieves there, and then say you're like, oh, I don't want to get a PlayStation. You move to, even say PC or just completely get rid of the platform. You can still have that game. Your saves
It's
are
still in Game
yours.
Pass.
I think that's something that's playing for the future.
And for those who don't take advantage of it, they do actually put perks, literally perks in Game Pass Ultimate. You have perks, and you can take advantage of those perks, and they're usually like content within games.
4 hours of Sea of Thieves this time is you play and you get stuff.
Yeah, so like, why not, right? You get them as part of the service.
Turning into a
There's
Game Pass
cool
ad.
things there.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm just saying, like, you get the expansion. You get the expansion for Persona 3 Reload through the perks. Like,
yeah.
They're trying to tell people, hey, fuck with the subscription, and hey, I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah, I mean, like,
you've been trying to get a word in here.
Yeah. So I just one little point. Like, Rune Factory 4 is leaving Game Pass, right? I started it up. I'm like, this is actually pretty good, and it's on mega sale right now. It was like $9. I'm like, yeah, I'll just buy it, right? And that's what happened. So they just got a sale. I would have never played that game because it was in Game Pass. I tried it. I'm like, yeah, this isn't bad. Cool, I'll buy it, right? And that's what happens.
Right, so now you've triggered me. Now I have to go on my Game Pass. Game Pass is a trap rent. You touched on it, Hargeet.
Mr. $60 for Game Pass.
I said this years ago. Like, as soon as we started the pod, I've been preaching the good word of, or actually, I've been preaching the bad word of Game Pass to everyone. All right, Game Pass is a trap. Matt, lift your head up. All right, I know you've heard this before, but lift your head up. Game Pass is a trap. All right, what to do is to get you to get in there and sample all these goodies, right? Sample all these games, install this, or you don't like it, uninstall, move on, install this, install that. What are they trying to do? They're trying to get you to do to happen what happened to me. I installed Yakuza 0. Like, this is a random ass Japanese game, whatever. This is nothing.
Good game though. It's good.
By the time I was halfway through, I bought the entire Yakuza motherfucking series, right? and then
they all come to Game Pass.
I gave Returnal a go, and then I bought the Ultimate Edition of Returnal. The new Returnal came out. I bought that motherfucker too. And now, right now, my library in Xbox just keeps growing and growing and growing and growing, and every single game that's in Game Pass has a permanent debuff. That's what I call it. It's not a discount, it's a permanent debuff, right? If it's on Game Pass, minimum, it's 15% cheaper, right? And like you said, there's other games that are 20, 30, 50% cheaper just because it's on Game Pass. So it's a fucking trap. It's a trap, people. I'm telling you, don't install Game Pass. You're trying to save money.
No, 100%
don't
do
listen
Game
to
Pass.
Hargeet. Don't listen to Hargeet. Don't listen to Ham. Don't listen to Cozy. You will spend more money on Game Pass rather than buying one game. All right,
it's your
That's
choice.
The truth of it.
My favorite thing is to buy games that are leaving. Like, it's leaving. I played it 5 minutes, but I plan on going back to it. But I don't know when it's going to go on sale again, so I'll buy it.
And then,
Loke's over here telling people not to get Game Pass. Meanwhile, Loke after the show.
Tell them to bring out the lobster.
Ham. You know that uncle that is like a drug addict and won't let you do drugs. That's me, dog. Like, I lost my chance. I'm trying to save everyone else. That's what I'm trying to do right now. All right. So
Gotta disagree with you on this one. Look, please buy Game Pass.
Hagi, last one on this one. They're even innovating on how they trap you, right? With NBA 2K22. They gave us NBA 2K22 in January. We had almost the whole year to just enjoy the latest NBA 2K. What did they do 1 month before NBA 2K23 came out? These motherfuckers removed it from Game Pass and then had a deal with 2K where when you buy it, not only do you get NBA, not only do you get League Pass, but they had a bigger discount for you for the pre-order than if you got it on PlayStation or PC. So this is what they do to you. The partnership it's like there's like 5 levels of how they fuck with you, because they even go there and
they're giving me great deals. Oh no.
There's levels
Stop it. Stop.
Exactly.
Stop. The more you spend,
I don't want great deals.
The more you save.
I get that is perfect. It's a fucking maze. As soon as you walk into the Game Pass labyrinth, you're fucked. There's no way out. You are.
I mean, you have the opposite option where this guy can laugh at you.
What I'm hearing, Loke, is the more you spend, the more you save. That's what I'm hearing from you.
Yes.
The more you spend, the more you save.
I think you have an addictive personality, and that's kind of the problem.
Yeah, Luke's out here warning people about all these great deals that Xbox is giving him. And he's doing it with so much. He's doing it with so much passion. It's kind of concerning.
And so much hate.
All right. Look. I mean, look. I can't go with that. Sorry, Game Pass is too good a deal, man. There's just too many good games in there. I can't.
Again, I'm not disagreeing with you. Before we move on from this topic, Matt, you've been very quiet on this topic. Please.
On the Fratanga post.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it doesn't because wasn't it like I forget when Sea of Thieves came to PlayStation, but wasn't there like evidence that this was probably going to be the case? Like, wasn't it like the most? Didn't have like a ton of pre-orders. I can't remember.
Yes.
Yeah, a ton of pre-orders.
There's a lot of pre-orders.
So it's like when I see that it was like pre-ordered the way it was, people were obviously excited for it. I mean, and that chart right there kind of proves it. People are enjoying the game. People are playing it a lot more than I got to be honest, I would have expected. But it's doing well. It's doing really well. I mean, it's always been doing well on Xbox. It's always been doing well on PC, and now it's doing great on PlayStation. So, I mean, hats off to Rare.
Also, where's FIFA in the European zone? What's happening with the Europeans? There's no FIFA.
What's FIFA?
Yeah, what is that?
What is it?
What
is that?
Yeah, they've changed the name. But
that's FC24. FC24.
Yeah. But everyone still
CF
calls it FIFA,
124.
right? Everyone still calls it FIFA.
Yeah.
Sports?
They do.
I don't call anything FIFA.
And it's not on the list, so FC24 isn't on the list?
No, it's not.
See it there.
I mean...
Fallout 4. Yeah. Fallout 4.
Fallout's there.
How is Fallout 4 still in the top 10? How is this possible?
Because of the Fallout show. Because of the show. The TV show, Fallout TV show. Yeah.
Okay, but what game is this? Who's your daddy? What is this? I've never heard of this.
Probably a game that was on a big sale.
Did Oh No It's Alex make a video game? What is this? Who's your daddy? Anyways,
I mean,
and don't
let's get
Google
some super chat. No, I will not. I will not be.
Oh, it's one of those. It's one of those goofy games. It's one of those goofy games that
you should Google Who's Your Daddy.
Oh, it's coffee time.
It's a goofy game, and it literally requires a potato to run. Dang.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna get it. Anyways, let's get some super chats before we move on.
What?
She's googling it as we speak. Before we move on to the next topic,
this game could run on anything.
All right, let me get some super chats here before we move on. So X-Man, thank you so much. I see people stand around a lot. I see people stand around all the time in Destiny. Anyone here play Destiny?
No.
Dude, I was hooked on Destiny for like 5 or 6 years.
Is this in reference to like the game of not much to do? Where you can just like do nothing? I think the difference is the buy-in for Destiny is a little too much. It's not going to appeal.
The tower.
Like you have to buy the game, and then you have to buy each expansion, and then buy like so that's automatically going to not appeal to the same crowd that like might play Minecraft or Sea of Thieves. They aren't big spenders.
Those expansions are pretty expensive.
Like what y'all spend $70 on the game every year.
I saw people bitching that Starfield has a $7 mission, and I was like, dude, this is a consequence to all the action we've been taking for years now. We've been buying all of these $20 skins and whatever. What did you guys think was going to happen?
It's not a $7 mission from them, though, right? This is just
yeah, it's from a content. Oh, I thought it was from a creator. Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was creators.
Was it? I thought the one was a Bethesda creation. There's some
it's it's from Bethesda.
No, their expansion is Shattered Space.
No, but they have like little mini DLC things, like or whatever you really want to call them.
Yeah, I mean the content, like the mod stuff, just dropped this month, like last week or this week.
I know,
whatever.
but no, what I'm saying is like that one specifically that they were complaining about was specifically because it was from Bethesda.
Really?
I don't know. I didn't even look into it. I just assumed it was.
He says I heard it. I don't care because I don't buy microtransactions. I literally I take that back. Sea of Thieves was the only game I've ever bought microtransactions. I bought all those pets.
Okay, the developer decided to charge real-world money for a large selection of mods, including one solitary mission that's been counted as DLC. Yeah, it's
so make your own mods. Make your own mods. If it's that big of a deal.
Yeah.
So it's a mod, right?
Yeah. But it's made by Bethesda.
It's a mod, but it's made by Bethesda. All right, let me put it up on the screen. Because
I see what you guys, because they do share the Creation Club. It's like Creation Club is part Bethesda and part modding community.
All right, so here we go. Starfield fans are angry. This is from the gamingbible.com. Starfield fans are angry. Yes, again, Bethesda announced release latest update to the game, introducing the Creation Kit and the Creation Store. The latter a place to find hand-picked mods. Unfortunately, the developer and publisher decided to charge real-world money. So the developer and publisher has decided to charge real-world money for a large selection of mods, including one solitary mission that's being counted as DLC.
I think
Look.
Yeah.
Let me play something that I thought was funny.
Piccolo, I need you to lend me $500 right now. Absolutely not. You would deny me my happiness on my own birthday. It's not your birthday. I deserve this skin nonetheless. Vegeta, let's go on a mental walk together. Okay. We're traveling back in time to Halo 3. How did you get cosmetic pieces? By achieving various things while playing the game. And you didn't have to pay. Yep, now Vegeta, if the Hayabusa armor costed over $500, would you buy it? Absolutely yes. Are you kidding me? Hey, what are you talking about? $500, Vegeta. Yes, $500 I'm willing to spend. Almost 10 times the cost of the original game. Yes, I can't help you. Look, gaming isn't about winning or losing. It's about being toxic and really ruining someone else's day. This can be used for $500 skin. Shut the f*** up. $500. Piccolo, you are a thoughtless consumer. I like nice things.
Yeah, I think that says everything.
Oh,
that says everything.
Wow.
I feel like the idea of like Bethesda, like Starfield fans. It's like I feel like a lot of it is the same people who have been making noise about Starfield and either secretly playing it or not playing it all and just making noise about Starfield. Like, because I've seen people talk about how, well, the first substantial update they've done to Starfield and they add this, and I'm like, those of us who have playing, what do you mean? The first substantial update? What do you mean? What are you talking about?
Also, Ham, send me that, please, because I want to save that.
Yeah, but a lot of people, like everyone else, for the most part.
Well, you can thank my
when you're playing
wife.
the game.
You can thank my wife for that video. She showed me that last night. She had that sent on what was it, like your Halo? She plays a lot of Halo. It's on like one of her Halo Discords. John Freeman that does he makes a lot of the, what is it called, like the Forge stuff like that, and plays a lot of customs and stuff like that. He works with people with forges and stuff like that. So yeah, thank my wife for that one. That was a good one.
Well, that shit is hilarious.
Yeah, I just feel like it's a lot of people who project their they just have a hate boner for Starfield, have a hate boner for Bethesda, or they project their own failure at impulse control and buying like whatever is thrown at them once the rest of us. Because I have literally, Sea of Thieves is the only time I've ever bought any sort of thing in a game without in-game currency and just extra. No, I take that back. I bought some Warframe. Does Warframe count? Because I was like, after
it's a
like
free game though.
Yeah, but after like 2,000 hours, I was like, I should probably support this game some way, and the only thing I could think to do was buy color palettes.
Mine was rocking.
We're in the attention wars, Cozy. In the attention wars, even you playing the game is you supporting the devs.
Yeah.
All right.
So I guess those
people are getting fired because there's less people playing. Let me get these chats. Yodani, thank you so much for the membership chat. Yodani's been a member of TSWS for 9 months. Appreciate you, Yodani. Says Loke is PC. He sails the seas in Sea of Thieves and elsewhere. No, I do not. I do not.
Loke, selling the seas. You are a bad person.
No, I like achievements. I like achievements. That's why I go to GOG. I go to Steam. I go to Epic. I like to see the thing pop in the corner of the screen. All right. I can't sail the high seas. I just can't do it. I'm an achievement whore. That's what I am. Not gonna lie. Wise old gamer with another super chat. Thank you so much. Says with a ass-kicking hat like that, it's obvious that Loke likes bare-backing ponies. I heard that he moans like
check his DM.
What?
I said if Wise is watching the show, he needs to check his DMs.
All right, check your DMs, Wise. I heard that he moans like Mr. Ed when his chutney gets spicy. Wise, never change. Never change, brother. All right, just stay you. All right, just stay you. Anyways, we need to move on because this is it's getting
I'll
a bit
tell you
salty.
what, though.
It's getting a bit salty. What?
That whole Starfield segment, you know what? It made me boot up Starfield. Now I'm playing Starfield.
Good for you, man.
I feel about Starfield the way I feel about Game Pass.
He's a fake gamer, that's why. Real gamers love.
What do you feel about Starfield?
It's so good.
Lots
it's so
content.
good. You need to warn people not to play it.
Remember when it first came out and all we were doing for like 4 months was playing Starfield? God. Like all of us had to ban the topic. You had to ban discussion.
Hagit, it was real. It was real. Like we couldn't talk about Starfield for like 4 months. We had a whole bunch of topics, right? As soon as anyone mentioned Starfield, that was the end of the show. It's Starfield until the end. They're like, oh, guys, unfortunately, we weren't able to tackle the topics. We had to change. You know what? Let me take everyone behind the curtain. We had to change the structure of how we even set up the YouTube for the episodes. What we used to do is put the topics in the description. We used to put the topics in the description, Hargeet. When Starfield came out, we stopped tackling the topics in the description. So me and him were like, we need to get this under control. What are we going to do? Because I'm not going to stop playing Starfield. Are you going to stop playing? I'm not going to stop playing Starfield. Ain't nobody going to stop playing Starfield. So
we were all sitting there while the game was on the show, like just like
it was
we all knew what we were doing.
I remember, Logan. Bro, I was so addicted. I was playing it while we were, and I had the actual gameplay of me actually playing it while. Yeah, it was nuts.
Dude, I finished my vacation days. I uninstall Starfield because of how much time I was missing from work. I was like, dude, be an adult, all right? Grow the fuck up, all right? Uninstall this motherfucker and go back to being a productive member of society, all right? So that's how I feel about Starfield, the same way I feel about Game Pass, all right? It's a love-hate relationship.
It's great. It's phenomenal. A lot of content.
It's a lot of things, buddy. It's a lot of things. Almost lost my job, but you know what? Let's not get into that. Let's not get into that.
That sounds like a you problem, Lou.
The next topic, Gears of War E-Day could be released in 2025. It's claimed. Microsoft.
What?
That kind of scared me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie to
I love it.
Uh-oh. Man.
Look, your camera froze in the best position.
Yeah.
What? It's frozen.
Yeah.
No,
it's good now. It's good now.
You're good now.
Oh, okay.
It
Please
froze
tell me
with your
someone
mouth,
flipped that.
I mean, wide open looking up. That was great.
He wants.
Alright,
He's
that's
like.
great.
He's like. I want it in me. In regards to Gears.
Yo.
I said in regards to Gears. I cleaned it up.
Okay. All right.
Pause.
Oh, did he?
Also, Sir X-Man says, "Who's your daddy?" is fun. So Sir X-Man has played this game. All right. Anyways, Gears of War E-Day could be released in 2025. Who is psyched for Gears of War? Thoughts on this one?
Oh, I cannot wait. It's crazy. It's crazy that between Gears, Doom, like Fable, like between all the things they showed at that showcase, it's crazy that my thing of the show was Perfect Dark. Because there's like 4 other things that could have easily been number 1 for me. So, I mean, Gears 5, Gears 5. Gears E-Day. I'm really hyped for. And to hear that it's coming out, or maybe it could be coming out next year, is super exciting because next year's gonna be nuts. Next year's just gonna be nuts. Did you guys also see that there was like a rumor coming from, I guess, one of the actors, the voice actors on Clockwork, that might be releasing in 2025? Also,
we didn't get an update on that one, did we?
We didn't get an update on that. And they also talked about how they have stuff to show that they just couldn't fit in the show, which would lead you to believe
I got
Gamescom.
that from them, yeah.
So we could probably be seeing a bunch more stuff at Gamescom. Like if stuff like Gears E-Day, Clockwork, Doom, Fable, like if all that stuff hits in 2025.
the Midnight's another one that's slated 2025, yeah.
It's gonna be probably the nuttiest year Xbox has ever had, easily. But yeah, E-Day's huge. And they went back to the horror theme, which I'm hyped for.
They went back to the horror thing?
Rosie,
Or
do you care at all that this might come out next year?
Will it have a nice horde mode?
Oh my gosh, what was
What?
I was pretending to be a fish.
What are you simulating?
What is
right
that?
there, Cozy.
You know when the fish go like...
Oh, you know
Is
what's
that
funny is
fun?
like the light.
Oh,
yeah,
the light was
Oh,
confusing.
I see.
Light coming in through the window.
I was just like, what is that cream all over his lip?
Yeah, I was like, what the heck?
I wasn't even looking. I was thinking a fish.
Cozy.
Cozy's over there eating frosting.
Wasn't there in the next frame, it was all over her face.
All
guys
over
are
her
inappropriate.
face.
You guys are
Mental,
inappropriate.
Oh,
come
boy.
in here. Yo,
Cozy's over
everyone
there eating
quiet. Mental,
frosting.
come in here and save us. This is a PG show. Mental, going. I'm trying to get us
No, it's
sponsors,
not.
right? Cozy,
No, it's not.
stop it.
Wait, is it a PG show if we're talking about Gears?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I think it'd be great if it comes out next year. I just think they would have told us if it was coming out next year. Know what I mean? Like,
sure.
Seems a little odd they wouldn't say coming in 2025 if it was, because I mean, think of how crazy people would have went if it said that. So,
You shat my pants.
Yeah, like I'm just thinking it's not likely. I would be pumped if it did. I mean, that was, like I say, that was the honorable mention of the show for me. I love Gears, so that'd be great.
Do you love Gears?
Excited to.
I think it could come in 2025, but Microsoft has learned not to date themselves inappropriately because Starfield was a killer. Starfield was a killer miss. That whole 11-11-22, that was like that. In hindsight, it looked beautiful. And then the execution wasn't there. So now I feel like they have E-Day and people are coming out saying, hey, this could come out in 2025. And Xbox is like, you're right, it could. But it also could.
Hey, anything could happen.
I think everything
that week Starfield binge.
2024.
Oh yeah, let's all do. Pause.
The wife's still mad.
The wife is still mad. Hargeet.
Just need to get her to play more.
You think it's realistic? Would you be excited? What are your thoughts on the probability of this coming out next year?
I mean, 2019 is that when the last one came out? Gears 5.
Yeah. And then Hive Busters in 2020.
Yeah, and then they had the pandemic, and they were trying to learn UE5, right? And they've also been helping all the others. It's possible. Yeah. It's possible. 5 years is enough time to get a game out. So it wouldn't surprise me, but I also like you're saying, him, like they need to be cautious, right? If they're not damn sure, it's just not worth putting a date on it. When you have like within a 6 month, yes, it's coming. Okay, cool. Put the freaking date out, right? But they've already got 3 games they're saying are coming: South of Midnight, Doom, and Fable, that were listed as 2025. Look, fall is gonna have Call of Duty again, right? Would it surprise me if this is another big game that comes out next year? No. But again, I like the cautiousness, right? Because they've fallen for that plenty of times, and then they had to like, oh no, it's gonna get pushed out. Redfall, the same thing, right? And Starfield, and the biggest one for the generation, Halo, right? It was supposed to be a launch title.
Man.
Had to be pushed out a year. Should have been pushed out 2 years, right? But it is what it is, right? So I'd rather they just, at this point, like, we aren't here starving for games anymore. So it's like, take your time. When you're ready,
get it right.
Get it out there when it's good to go, right? And so don't put a date on it. When you're ready to go for it. They've got enough games. They've got enough games.
Great point to bring up the whole not starving now. So
don't need to rush
keep
it.
Your head down, stay at work, and get the shit done properly. Now that you're not so in a bind for the next game to save your entire platform.
Exactly.
Don't need another Redfall.
Yeah.
So this
also,
year,
I need time. I also need time to accumulate vacation days. So take your time.
I know, right?
There you go.
This year we have like 7 games coming out, right? So they're gonna do something similar. We have COD, the 2 RTSs, Aura and Age of Mythology. We have Flight Sim, Indiana Jones, Avowed, and then Hellblade already came out. Right. So they're going to have enough next year. They'll have those kind of games as well. Plus all the, expansions, right? Sea of Thieves and Fallouts and all that. We'll just keep getting expansions. Right. So again, if they're ready, cool. If they're not, I'm okay waiting 2026. Fine. Right. I just want them to now just be very polished and ready to go. Right. No, like, we didn't have the content or we were buggy or anything. Like, I don't even want to hear any of that. Right. That's good. Just take your time, make it good. We got plenty of games at this point, so I'm good.
Good, right. All right. Wise Old Gamer, thank you so much. The Wise Old Gamer just gifted 1 TSWS Gaming membership. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate the support, Wise Old Gamer. Anyone that doesn't have a active membership, please make sure to take advantage of that.
Texas accent there. Sounded like you were about to say anyone that doesn't have a TSWS.
X-Men, thank you. X-Men, thank you for the super. Ham, you're muted. Thank you for the super chat, X-Men.
I'm just saying he does a great look impression.
Thank you.
I'm just waiting for Mecha Break Day 1 buy. Yes, Mecha Break does look very nice. I love mech games. Nice to know I'm not the only one. That's a good shot, Sir X-Man. Appreciate it. Hargeet. Hey, Hargeet's now a member of TSWS. Appreciate
Let's
you,
go.
man. Thank you
There
so
we
much,
go.
Welcome to the family. This
You
guy's
got
been
the
on
non-Twitter star up in the building now.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
fuck
We have
with Twitter.
authors. We have authors that subscribe to TSWS. That's all I'm saying. We have actual authors. All right. Anyways, Gears of War, Gears of War. Sorry, everyone has already had a go. No, Ham, Gears of War 2025. You psyched? You think it's possible?
Yo, the way that they talked about Fable and E-Day, right? How like they said that E-Day is supposed to be even more ready to go than Fable is. Like that. I mean, that sounds really shocking to me, considering how much I assume the coalition kind of dabbles in helping everybody else out with figuring out Unreal Engine and whatnot. Like I'm sure they were a helping hand with Ninja Theory. I'm very, very much sure of that. Like they got that game. That's the first Unreal Engine game, to my knowledge, that came out with no bugs. No serious crashing or anything like that happening. Sure, it was tolling on people's PCs, but I mean that's just the power of Unreal. But it looked good, it ran smooth and everything like that. So in a way, I'm like, wow, like how could they do this in such a short amount of time? And then again, I'm just like, well, they're the fucking masters. Of course, they should be able to do this in a short amount of time. If they're helping everybody else get shit out, well, then you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're really good at doing something, you're gonna like say a person like me whipping up a 10-minute video versus somebody like Randall Thor, right? He may like Rand might be able to give me a little bit of pointers and help me make things a little bit quicker. But then when he goes to do his video, it's gonna be it's gonna have a lot of quality, and it's gonna be done probably a lot faster than my video took for me to get everything compilated and taken care of. So it's just like seasoned vet versus just vet. Just your
seasoned vet. Is that when you put like Old Bay on them?
I'm sorry, what's that?
Nothing.
Of course.
When you put Old Bay on a person,
we're done.
veteran,
we're moving on, cuz.
Okay.
All right. So once again, congratulations to Hargeet for joining the family. Appreciate you. We look forward to having you on the show, whether it's on the comment section or even as a guest in the future. So X-Man, thank you so much for the super chat. Says Hargeet, I feel sorry for you now joining the team. Hargeet,
oh my god,
this is like TSWS is like Game Pass. It's like Game Pass. You got in, now you have no way out. You're screwed.
Check out anytime you like. You just never leave.
No, you're stuck.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
It's like you've entered the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
You walk out and it's like, hey, where'd you go? And it's like all of us are just waiting on the other side, just like,
it's like
we've been here.
I was leaving. What do you mean
Your
leaving?
very own Hotel California.
Welcome. Next, we have, this is from trueachievements.com. According to global Xbox achievement data, hardly any Xbox players are making it through Hellblade 2's short 7-hour runtime to finish the game. So here it says nearly 90% of Hellblade 2's Xbox players haven't completed its story. I am one of those 90%. Matt, what do you think about the story? And have you completed Hellblade?
What do I think about the story?
Yes, about these.
It was great.
Say 90% of players haven't finished it.
It was great, and I absolutely completed it. And the fact that 90% of people haven't doesn't surprise me, really, considering the fact most people probably booted that up via Game Pass. And let's be real, as much as I might like Hellblade, as much as anyone here might like Hellblade, that's not a game for everybody. You'll play that through Game Pass, and you'll find out very quickly that it's for you or it's not for you. And a lot of people probably just booted it up. They said, "Oh, this looks great." People talking about the graphics. I want to see what it looks like, and then they play it, and they're like, "I don't want to play this." That's fine. That's totally fine. But it doesn't surprise me that a significant percentage of people didn't finish it, because again, as long as you've clicked on the app, you count towards that percentage. So it is what it is. It doesn't surprise me, but I thought it was amazing. I thought it was fantastic.
Fair enough. So I'm about to lose my PlayStation card, or my PlayStation Pony card right now. I'm about to go at Oshus defending an Xbox exclusive, but I don't give a fuck. I'm objective. Oshus, you brought up a point about the environment, not about the campaign, not about the story. All right? Don't talk about stepped on. The biome is one thing, the story is another. All right? And that Halo campaign was fire. Hope no one clips that. I did not just defend an Xbox exclusive.
Oh, wow. Yes.
Did you finish? Did you even start Hellblade 2? And what do you think about these stats?
It makes sense. People are like booting up because, their friends are talking about it. Like all 5 of their friends are talking about it. Not if you have a lot of friends, maybe one of them is talking about it if you have a lot of friends. But makes sense to like, oh, this is a cool looking game. They boot it up and they're like, okay.
What is this?
Yeah, I'm not touching. Yeah. I played, 5 minutes of the first one. And I was like, yeah. I didn't even boot up the second one.
The first one is awesome,
I would take honestly, I wish they could give us another Enslaved game. That was peak.
But male protagonist, I don't know.
I mean, I applaud them for shut up. I applaud them for sticking to. I applaud them for doing the game that they want to make. It's just unfortunately not going to be a lot of the game that a lot of people want to play. And honestly, for me, the worst aspects about this game, and I think I would like it more if it had no combat.
Oh.
I know, unpopular opinion, but every time I'm like,
walking simulator.
Yeah, proper walking sim. It just feels like they interrupted the thing I wanted to do with walking with a combat.
You want to do some cardio? Okay, gotcha. Mental. Some light cardio. Mental. Did you finish Hellblade 2? And what do you think about these stats?
Well, I'm not surprised, like the rest of the folks. I'm not surprised. I mean, not every game's for everyone. And we were just talking about Game Pass and the fact that it's great for being able to jump into a game, give it a try. And if you don't like it, who cares?
Yeah, you move
right?
on.
Didn't cost you anything extra. You move on to the next one. I mean, I really enjoyed Hellblade 2. I finished it, played right through. I'm actually playing through it again because going through sections, picking up things that I missed the first time through. So I've been doing a little bit of that on the side as well. But it's a great game. Yeah, it's definitely the best looking game I've ever seen. Like
Really?
It looks fantastic. Yeah.
Really? It's
maxed
not
out
as
on
good
my
as
PC.
Horizon.
Oh, come now,
No,
Hosey,
it
you're
looks
just trying to
better.
pick a fight.
Horizon.
She's just trolling.
Are you talking about
She's
Forza
trolling.
Horizon?
No, she's talking about
Yo,
PlayStation, Horizon
Horizon-
Forbidden West.
All
I'm sure.
PlayStation games look better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
On that note, thank you for your point, Mental. Let's go back to being objective. So, X-Man, thank you so much for gifting 1 TSWS gaming membership. Thank you so much.
Oh,
Sir
yeah.
X-Man, for your continued support. Appreciate you, man. Hargeet, did you finish Hellblade 2? And what do you think about these stats?
Yeah, I mean, again, it doesn't surprise me. Going into it, I said this was my least anticipated game from Xbox. I didn't like the first one that much to care. I finished the first one. I started playing this one and it actually hooked me. I actually like this one a lot better. So I ended up just like not wanting to stop playing. I just kept playing it and finished it. So yeah, I liked it a lot. But yeah, I did finish it. But again, it does not surprise me. It's not a game for everyone. It's the game challenges your perceptions of reality because this person doesn't know what's real or not, right? The whole game is about mental issues, right? And so you have to kind of deal with that. And if it's not for you, because if you're just looking for like gameplay, you're probably not going to get into it that much. You have to like listen to the story and understand what's going on. The whole point is what's going on in her head, right? And it's not easy for people to get into that. So if that's not what you want, it's just not going to be for you. And I know people just like plow, yeah, shut up, I don't want to hear the story stuff, let me just play. And it's like, the gameplay wasn't intended about like to be fantastic gameplay. It's intended to be her struggle with what's happening in her head. And so if you don't get that piece, it's gonna go way over your head. It's just not for you. And so this does not surprise me. It just does not surprise me
at all. All right. Maham, did you finish Hellblade 2? And what do you think about these stats? I know you finished, but okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I beat the game. Right now, I'm kind of on the same boat as Mental, just kind of going back and getting a few different things that I didn't pick up before. Especially now that I put my Series S in my bedroom. Now I get to like just whenever I feel like just throwing on something and playing before I go to sleep, just throw something like that on or Starfield or whatnot and just knock something out real quick. And and yeah, I'm not very surprised. Like I love the game. I liked the first one a lot, and I knew the first one wasn't a lot. It wasn't a lot of people's jam, right? Going into the second one, it's a sequel of a game, so you have to kind of understand what happened in the first one to really understand or love thy character that's in Hellblade 2. So me seeing that a lot of people picked it up and then knowing that this game is in Game Pass, this game definitely got downloaded by a lot of people that probably never played the first one, have no idea who Senua is, gets dropped out of a ship, pulls up on the beach and whatnot, and they're slowly climbing that, and they're probably like where's the speediness or like the crazy gameplay when the focus isn't exactly just the gameplay. The focus is more or less, as Hargeet said, the struggle that she's going through, and it's very grounded to try to imitate what it would be like for a real person, and then it kind of goes into its own kind of thing with her memories and her father and stuff like that. So like it's not really there to be like, oh, I got 10 minutes to play, let me boot up Hellblade. Like that's not that game. And most casual and people that play games like that approach when it comes to games. Oh, I can pick this up and play for 20 minutes and then go make dinner. I can pick this up, play real quick while I wait for this phone call, and then go to my boys and party. Like, so when I think of those kind of games, that's more like a Call of Duty. That's more like a Fortnite. That's more like a Helldivers. That's more like, really anything that you can jump into and jump out of. And this isn't that game. This is that, like, hey, we don't need a ton of your time, but we need all of your focus when you're here. And I don't think a lot of people love that. And I'm not surprised about it, but at the same time, we have to be okay with, not every game's going to be for everybody if Xbox has the approach of wanting to give creators the opportunity to make the game that they want to make. So I'm not looking at this true achievement article and being like, Xbox, don't do that again. I'm saying, like, do it again. Sure, do it again, because then you see where your audience kind of lies, who likes that stuff. Out of the 90% that didn't like it, we now need to figure out how to target the 10% still and maybe grow that number to maybe 15 or 20% next time. Without the 10% feeling like they're losing their favorite type of game. So it's a weird little algorithm that they kind of got to figure out, but at the same time, if they want people to have that creativity, not every game is going to be for everybody, and you got to accept that fact
and make peace with it.
Facts.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Final Fantasy never been my kind of game, but I see why people are in love with it. And now that kind of that game isn't really popping for everybody. Should they stop Final Fantasy? No, I don't think they should stop Final Fantasy, but maybe they need to figure out a better approach. If they want to make that for everybody, if they want to keep it just for the people that liked what they just brought out, then, do your thing.
All right. Fair enough. And that's it on Senua's Saga for now. I'm sure there's going to be another sequel, and people are going to lose their mind all over again. Next, we have Lollipop Chainsaw Repop gets its first trailer and a September release date. So digital launch plans confirmed ahead of news about a planned physical release.
Just a heads up, Loke. I just wanted to let you know that Hargeet has about 15 to 20 minutes left to be here.
Oh, shit.
So just giving you that heads up. Because he has another show to go on.
One
so
more.
I just want to respect that.
After this, we only have one more topic, all right? Sure. So cover your eyes.
We can continue after he goes. I'm just letting you know that that's his time.
All right. Cover your eyes if you are a Puritan. On either side. I'm a Puritan. Right? So if you think she's too sexy.
That is too much. That is too much.
Cover your eyes.
That's
if you
disgusting.
think she's not sexy enough. If you think she's not sexy enough, also cover your eyes. All right? If you're just here to play video games with a protagonist that has a nice aesthetic, let's watch this trailer real quick. Jeez, can we get to the games?
Well, they're trying to give you a warning, bud.
There we go. Right after Stellar Blade, I get some more good gameplay. First.
And they're kind of taking a minute to show this off.
Yeah, this kind of stinks.
I just want to see the boobs.
Okay, there we go. Man.
She should be wearing a thong.
It's a bit laggy on my end.
Yeah, it's pretty laggy.
Yeah. She should be wearing a thong too. I think it'd improve the game.
No.
It improves the game.
I swear, she's on the other side of the spectrum. The skirt is too. What are you talking about?
Wow.
Yep. This is going to be a good intermission until I get another Stellar Blade. All right, so this one's open to everyone on the panel. If you wanna comment on it, or if you don't, say something or keep quiet.
It was cool
Forever
before.
hold your peace.
It was cool before, so it'll be cool now.
Mm-hmm.
So you played the first one, Cozy?
Yeah.
Stop the video. This is giving me a freaking nausea.
Yeah, that video stinks.
I think a lot of people
cooking my eyes.
Need to temper what they expect of it. It's just going to be fun and kind of goofy, and
it's just a port, also.
Yeah, it's also going to be, but it's going to be fun. I mean, I honestly think his games hold up well.
Hey, Steve, sorry.
I honestly think his games hold up well, so I don't think it'll be a problem if it is just a port. But I honestly
did you get that achievement? Did you get the achievement for trying to look up her skirt?
What? I mean, who doesn't look up her skirt or try?
I swear, someone needs to clip this, right? Just clip this entire section of Cozy saying she played it and saying who doesn't look up her skirt.
I did it in what you call it too. I did it in what's the game? 2B.
is why you're here, Kobe.
What's the game?
Of course you did it.
Oh.
Of course you did it, because you're a superstar. That's why we.
Yeah, I did it near too. If why underwear and skirt if no upskirt view?
All right. Now that's kind of creepy.
It's hard to argue with that logic, though. I mean,
Loke's agreeing, but he's just saying
he's not going to be honest, but he knows. He does it every time. He's got the tissue box on hand. Oh.
One size does not fit all.
Anyone else have anything else to say about Lollipop Chainsaw?
No, we're all set, Loke. Let's move on.
Crickets. All right. So to end off the show, we're going to. I'm going to peddle some hopium, not copium, some hopium to everyone on the PlayStation side, or maybe it's not even the PlayStation people. From Software Boss would love more players to be able to enjoy Bloodborne. So Miyazaki discusses calls for a PC port of the game. Okay, let's look for his quotes in this article. Here's the quote, and I quote, "I know for a fact these guys want a Bloodborne PC port. If I say I want one, I'll get in trouble as well, but it's nothing I'm opposed to. Obviously, as one of the creators of Bloodborne, my personal, pure, honest opinion is I'd love more players to be able to enjoy it, especially as a game that is now coming of age, one of those games of the past that gets lost on older hardware. Hashtag Metal Gear Solid 4. I think any game like that, it'll be nice to have an opportunity for more players to be able to experience that and relive this relic of the past. So as far as I'm concerned, that's definitely not something I'd be opposed to." Hargeet, I'm curious what you have to say about this.
Look, I think that's a good thing. I think like the PS3, unfortunately, was a very different piece of hardware, and it's become a problem as far as getting the backwards compatibility, right? So, that's a disappointing thing. It has locked away some games. Putting it on PC just takes away that limitation. So it's a good idea, right? Even if it doesn't come to other platforms, at least putting it on PC, you've now given access to a whole bunch of players that can now enjoy that game. And then there's no such thing as backwards compatibility issues. It's just available to you, right? So you can then just enjoy that game whenever you want. So I think it's a great idea if they do that. And to your point of Metal Gear Solid 4, same thing. I don't know why it hasn't happened yet. They should do the same thing. I thought there was some rumor about that happening, right? There was the remakes of the first two, and then they were going to redo 3 and then 4.
It's a rumor.
Hopefully 4
Up
comes
until
after
now,
3, right?
it's just a rumor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so I agree. The more things that get off of the PS3 being locked to the PS3, the better, right? Like those games shouldn't be locked away to an old console. Hopefully they can do that, right? And they maybe they can even bring it to the PS5, right? And at this point, I don't know if the exclusivity thing is it owned. I think it might be owned by PlayStation, right? Bloodborne, the IP. So
yeah,
it
Bloodborne specifically.
It was a PS4 game. Bloodborne was
PS3 or 4?
4.
It was 4.
PS4.
Metal Gear was 3.
Metal Gear was 3. Okay, then if it's on 4, then it should be in backwards compatibility.
Should be.
It is. It's just you're playing at 30 FPS, low resolution.
Oh, 30 FPS. Oh.
There's not even a PS4 Pro version of that game, I don't think.
Why should there be?
So there wasn't even a Pro update. Yeah, fair enough. But if it's available, at least you can play it. That's awesome, right? But it doesn't hurt to bring it to PC. I think
should
PC
be on
is the right
PC.
way to go. It should definitely be on PC.
Why should it be on PC?
Should be on Nintendo.
Because
PCMR
is the best.
You eliminate the whole headache of having access to it, right? That's been one of the things of preservation, right? PC, you can go back to like the 80s and still play those games. It's available to you.
PC games, but PC doesn't have any
PCMR.
PC has everything.
Plays on PC, and not only that, but if
You're
people
falling
play
for
on
it,
PC,
You're falling for
yeah, she's trolling. Yeah.
No, I know.
Alright.
She's a PC herself.
It just them all.
Yeah, she plays
So X-Men. So X-Men wants to hear hear what everyone thinks about Doom. So real quick around the table, Matt, what do you think about Doom? Very quickly.
Incredible.
Cozy.
One of the trailers.
I don't know. I feel weird about Doom, saying anything about Doom, because I'll play like Doom for like 5 minutes and I'll be like, this is crazy fun, but I don't care that much, and I never go back to it. Like, I've played pieces of Doom and then just be like, and then, but it's fun. You know what I'm saying? It's weird. It's like I don't feel inspired to play it, and this looked also in the continued spirit of like Doom being crazy fun.
It's the video game. Mental thoughts on Doom, real quick.
Highlight of the show for me, as I said earlier. Awesome. Looking forward to it.
Pencil doesn't know how to play video games.
Love the new Dooms.
Doom. Real quick.
Yeah, looks good. We'll see. Well, I'll play it. I didn't finish either of the first two. So
gamer.
They're good, but like I had enough of them, so I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Ham, put up the video of Boo this man. Put up the video.
Go ahead.
That's right, Boomy. Boomy. Oh my goodness.
Spencer.
Let's go. Ham, real quick, Doom thoughts.
Yeah, so I think that game looks more my speed, to be honest. Doom Eternal
2016.
I just couldn't rock with it that much. It just wasn't for me.
2016.
I'm not that big of a Doom guy, to be honest.
What about 2016?
No, Loke. No, I don't know anything about 2016 either. Matt's been talking about 2016 like insane, like crazy. So I know Matt really likes 2016.
Awesome,
like I said, I'm not really a Doom guy. So Doom will have to do something like to shock and awe me, and what I mean by that is like when it shows up, then like that will be that like shock and awe moment for me to try to get into it. But like I'm not just like all of a sudden like a crazy Doom fan just because it came up at a showcase or something like that. It looks good, and I'm very happy for like Matt and especially for Mike because I as soon as I seen that they showed off Doom, I was like,
yeah,
Mike's fucking losing his shit right now.
Probably
his shield is a fucking chainsaw.
For anyone that doesn't know who Mike is
Hard Day's Mike.
He's an animal on Doom.
Oh yeah, okay. I thought you said you didn't know he was.
Like so something's wrong with him. He's too good at Doom.
Mike's a freak
Danny,
in
thank
nature.
you so much for the super chat. Loke takes a Mozambique at the Mozambique.
Nice.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. Thank you. You know what? At least someone in the chat acknowledges where I'm from. Matt, Bloodborne to PC. Is this a dream worth having? Or
I mean, people would absolutely buy it. I wouldn't be one of them. I've tried multiple times to get into Souls games after Elden Ring. It just hasn't clicked. But people will absolutely support it. It'd be a lot better than having to play the PS1 demake on PC. So, yes, they should be doing that.
All right. Cozy, Bloodborne. Are you interested?
No. I haven't played any Souls game for real except for Demon's Souls, and that was a long time ago.
Elden Ring.
I still owe you a copy of Elden Ring. Yeah, no, I promised that copy. I'll sort that out for you, Cozy.
I like
Mental.
The aesthetic of it though.
I think it'd be a smart move for them to do it. It's going to make money, right? That's what they're there for, is making money. So put it on PC, it'll sell. Would I buy it? Probably not. Maybe in the cheap bin for $10 or something. But it's I already own it on PlayStation. I bought it on a sale a long time ago on my PS4, and I tried playing it like 3 or 4 times. Could never get into it. So, part of it is the fact that. What's that?
if you don't own a game on PC, you don't really own it. But carry on.
Well, this is true. This is true. I probably would eventually buy it on PC just to play it at a decent frame rate without all the jaggies. Like, it's hard for me to get into that. It's like Spider-Man 2018. I could not get into it on my PlayStation. But as soon as I had it on PC, I played right through. And that's, that's just me. Maybe that's a me problem, but I think it'd be a smart move. They got to do it.
This is a PC podcast.
Get over it.
Ham.
PCMR.
MR. The same sounds like
I don't
you just
say
said MR. Never mind.
I don't say MR anymore because Vincent Vega is from Belgium. Says that it's very offensive. I'm going to try and make time this Sunday so we can try and break it down of why it's offensive and why it applies to everyone else and shouldn't just apply to the people that were talking about the so-called MR in their time. But we'll get into that on Sunday. The political podcast is for Sunday. Ham, Bloodborne to PC, thoughts?
We can't hear you.
Sorry. No, I was looking up something. It seems like this is like a long time coming. And it should have been there a long time ago. Like,
well, it hasn't been announced. He's just saying that he'd be okay with it. He'd like
I know, and I'm saying it's a long time coming still.
Yeah.
Like this should have been on PC. Like, I don't know what they're I feel like maybe what they're waiting for is to put out like a 60 FPS version on PlayStation first before they allow it to go over on PC.
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Just did you see that DF did a like a video on making it run 60 FPS on the PS5, and that is a game that has its clock timings locked to 30 FPS. So there was a few things that got a little weird with the physics and stuff, if I remember right. But maybe they're working through that. And sorry to interrupt, Ham. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you're fine. So yeah, I mean, I think more or less, like, sure, he's saying this right now, like he'd love for more people to play it, but I feel like he kind of knows like why he can't over advocate for it to come over on PC, more or less because it's still PlayStation's IP. If I'm correct.
That's a good one. Sir, explain.
So it's just like, why not? I'm sure he wants to speak on it further, but it's just like, kind of, what's the point in me saying anything when in reality it's up to PlayStation to put forth the effort to put this game somewhere else or to even update the game in general.
Yeah. There's no real point. All right, so before we hop on out of here, Vic, the motherfucking click with the last super chat of the day. Thank you so much. Says, what's up? Been here, but what's up to the amazing Cozy and the little rascals that hang out with her? What an amazing day. Hey, Hargeet.
David.
All right. That certainly a super chat.
It upsets him because Texas, everything's bigger in Texas.
Especially
right.
Luke's ego.
Okay. Hargeet. please plug your stuff. Tell people where they can find you, etc., etc.
All right, so check out my book. It's called Emergence. You can go to the URL right here, shop.shiny.us, to pick it up. You can also subscribe to my channel. It's youtube.com/HargeetJohnny1. I just pushed a video out at 6 o'clock today, so check it out. And I have a whole bunch of reactions from the Fan Fest. So I recorded the reactions of the crowd for each one of the announcements. I think I missed a couple of them, but most of them are there. So check that out. And then I will be on at 7 o'clock in about half an hour-ish on C Money and Doodle's Night Shift podcast, which is on Point for Gamers. Check that out. And then I'll be on Sunday with Fonz. D-Batch will be joining us to go over what we thought about the showcase. That'll be Sunday at 6 p.m. U.S. Eastern on Fonz Gaming's channel. So check that out.
Woo-hoo.
Welcome anytime, Argy. It was great having you.
Thanks.
Good times. Good times. Matt. Plug.
You can find me here every Friday at 4 p.m. Eastern for BullSittin with these guys. You can find me on my channel, Matt Likes Games, videos every Monday and Friday. Wednesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern, it's a 2-player podcast with myself and Ham Solo. Mondays at 8 p.m. Eastern, it's the L3R3 podcast with myself, Hard Days Mike, and it's me, Tuan. That's where you can find me.
Woohoo!
All right. Cozy Beluga. Plug your stuff.
Okay, on Thursdays you can find me on 4GQ TV. On Fridays you can find me here bullsitting, and then later on getting wasted with Wise. And on Sundays you can find me on Majestic Mayhem.
You lost yourself for a moment.
You can also find me wherever you find Cozy Belugas.
And she also forgot, as is ritual, right? She's doing this on purpose, but she also forgot to bring up that she's on my pod as well on Sundays at 9 p.m. Central African time. All right, figure that out. Figure out what time Central African time is versus wherever it is that you are in
It's
in the States.
Time USA.
Mental. Plug your stuff.
You can find me here on Fridays on the BullSittin podcast with all these wonderful people, and Sundays with Loke. I'm usually there most of the time. It depends, Texas time, and sometimes it doesn't line up very well. But and then you can find me at Mental9R on Twitter, PlayStation, Xbox, and Steam. And my own channel, Caffeine Entertainment, just dropped a new video today. If you're interested, go take a look. Appreciate any subs. And that's it. Had a great time.
All right. Ushers, stop saying that in chat, dude. Stop it. All right. Dude, saying Central African time is always late. What the hell? Plug, brother.
I didn't say nothing. But anyway, I mean, you can find me here. You can find me on Twitter at HamSolo05 Gaming. I'm always lurking around, watching other people's podcasts, making my own podcast, playing a lot of video games. Definitely, I'm currently enjoying a lot of fanboys noticing how delusional their own party is. Have you seen some of the stuff lately? Look, it's just fun.
I have. Thanks for tagging me on some of that.
Oh yeah, here's one.
Yeah, PlayStation is publishing all versions of the game. All. PlayStation, PC, and Switch. They're publishing all versions of the game. They're a third-party publisher.
Yep. I'm loving the realization. We're all one big family, dog. Don't hate on anybody else. It's all good. We all publishing everywhere.
Except for Nintendo. Nintendo does not.
Oh man,
Nintendo needs to bring back Nintendogs.
Nintendo was just repeatedly telling people TBD.
Yeah.
And don't.
All right. Well, thank you to everyone for coming through. Our weekly schedule is as follows. Sundays is for Loke's Gaming Log. This is the podcast where I decompress from the week in gaming at 21 Central African time with Cozy, Mental, Cautious, and a guest or two every single Sunday. Mondays are for the crossover at 2:30 p.m. Eastern. This is where Ham Solo and K-Mega discuss Xbox-related stuff. Tuesdays, me and Ham Solo duke it out in a quick-fire discussion centering on video game news on the lowdown at 5 p.m. Eastern. Wednesdays, we're off on TSWS Gaming, but Ham Solo does feature on Matt Likes Games channel for the two-player podcast at 4 p.m. Eastern on Matt Likes Games channel. The channel is called Matt Likes Games. Thursdays are headlined by Behind Them Sticks at 8 p.m. Eastern, where Ham Solo introduces people in and around gaming that you may or may not know. Fridays is the big hangout with Coined as BullSittin, featuring Cozy Beluga, Matt Likes Games, Ham Solo, myself, Mental9R, and a special guest or two. to discuss the week's big gaming news happenings. Also to find out what Cozy Beluga is willing to eat or drink live on stream at 4 p.m. Eastern. Today, she didn't do much, but it's fine. Thank you for tuning in to BullSittin. We hope you had as much fun watching as we did talking gaming. If you enjoyed the podcast, smash the like button. If you didn't enjoy the podcast, smash the dislike button, because we all know the algorithm doesn't care. Either way, engagement is engagement. Subscribe to the channel for more gaming content. Thank you all so much for watching. God damn it, why'd you put me on the main screen, Ham? God damn it.